What's going on, YouTubers? It's your favorite gamer back here today, bring you another video. And today what my goal is, we're trying to optimize your gaming connection. So what my goal is here today is to take your shitty piss poor wireless gaming habits and completely optimize your connection. So first, what we're going to do is to get familiarized with these couple terminologies. So if you've already heard these terminologies I'm getting ready to dive into, just head on over to the next video, because this video might not be for you. But to some of you guys, these terms may not be new. You may not have heard them before, or you may have heard them before but really not understand what they mean. That's what I'm here for today. We're going to dive into all these terminologies, go through them, and help you have a better understanding of what all these things do. So the first thing is input lag. Second is hardwired. Third is custom DNS servers. And the fourth thing is in-game settings. And once you combine all four of these aspects and you learn how to finely tune and how these different settings impact your gameplay, it'll guarantee make you a better gamer and also increase your network speeds, increase your network reliability, and in turn increase your kill death ratio. So hopefully by the end of this video, I help you have a better understanding of all these concepts so you can go ahead and optimize your connection. So stay tuned. So let's get right into it. So the first terminology that we're going to dive into is input lag. So input lag is the time it takes from once you press a button on your control to the time it takes to register on your console. And that time can be reduced if you hardwire your control. That's why most of these pro controllers that you see, or the advanced controllers, come with these long braided wires that you can plug into your console. This is like a 10-foot cord that I have for this PlayStation DualSense control. It's pretty good control. I made another review video about it. You can head over there to find out more about that. But this control is always hardwired in, which it actually has two benefits. Which one, it decreases the input lag, because like I said, you're hardwired, so it's going right to the system. You're not depending on a wireless signal to go to your PlayStation, which can be very unreliable. So when you're hardwired, you always get a more consistent and more reliable connection. And two, it helps you maintain your battery life. You don't have to worry about your battery dying in the middle of play or things like that. So I always prefer buying a nice long braided reliable cable and keep my controller hardwired in most of the time. And another thing you can do to increase or decrease your input lag is a lot of TVs nowadays have a built-in game mode. Some TVs that may be older than 3 or 4 years, you may have to go into your TV and turn that setting on when you turn on your system. But most of the newer TVs that were built in the last year or 2-3 years maybe, they automatically turn on game mode, which reduces your input lag. It gives you a slightly worse image unless you know you're really keen at it, how to look for these things. You won't notice, but it does give you a slightly worse image at the cost of giving you a faster image, which gives you a more instantaneous feedback whenever you're playing different games. So remember, input lag, hardwired, first terminology. Remember that. Always want to be hardwired.
Music licensing reimagined.
And now for the third point of emphasis, we're going to talk about your hardwired console to Ethernet connection. I'm going to remove my camera so I can show you guys how mine is. So here I have my modem, Ethernet cord. I have one going in the back of my PC, and the other one is running to the back of the PS5.
Artlist.io.
So if you're playing shooting games, none of this really applies if you're playing single player games. Like, you don't really need to worry about none of this stuff if you're just playing single player games, God of War, or anything else, any single player games. You really don't need to worry about most of this stuff. But this is for my try-hard sweats who are looking to, get every advantage that they can. You always want to keep your console plugged in to your modem to get your best and most reliable connection. Wi-Fi is not dependable at all. There are several different things, and outside factors, even inside factors in your home, such as your telephone, buses going down the street. There are a lot of variables that could affect your Wi-Fi signal and your connection to your console. So in order to circumvent all that, you really just want to keep your console hardwired in. Hardwired connections over Wi-Fi any day, all day, every day. Most of you already know this. But like I said, once again, if you're just playing single player games, you don't really need to worry about that. You know what I mean? Because you're not really dependent on
music licensing reimagined.
Fast, reliable internet connection. So, on to the next topic. So my next point of emphasis is DNS server. So if you don't know what the DNS server is, the DNS is basically the phone book of the internet. It's what allows you and others to play with each other over the internet. It's what sends your connection to a server, to whoever you're playing with or against, to their server, and it allows you to communicate, allows the consoles and systems to communicate with each other. So in order to optimize that connection, what we like to do is find high performance, reliable DNS servers. All DNS servers are not created equal. And one of the most reliable that I've been using is Google for years. So it's the Google DNS server. So what I'm going to do is show you how to access this and where you can change it at. So what you do on your PlayStation or Xbox, you go to your network settings, go into your internet connections, find your advanced settings. I click to access this. I hit the options button on my control. So then you want to come down to here, primary DNS, and this is where you want to input these numbers at, all right? And you can find these numbers, just type in custom DNS. You can go to Google and it'll give you a list of DNS servers. You want to get a DNS server that's closer to your region, whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, so on and so forth. You have a DNS server that is best and most suitable for you. So after you find that DNS server, you put in these numbers as such, the primary and the secondary one as well. Then you go ahead, check your connection speeds, and you want to do this a couple times just to make sure you're getting a pretty good, consistent connection. Then once you see you're getting, more reliable speeds, faster speeds, you can try a couple different DNS servers. Don't just try the first one. Try a couple different ones and see, then do an internet speed test and see what the results are. Then you'll be able to tell exactly which DNS server works best for you, right? So this is one of the best tips that you can find. This has dramatically improved the quality and my overall internet speeds as well. So not only did I get a more consistent connection, I got also a faster connection as well, which allows you, to have quicker reaction time when you're playing. This is what this video is all about, is getting the most reliable, consistent, and fastest connection that you can get. So on to the next point of emphasis. So last but not least, we have in-game settings. Now this is where you really want to get to the nitty-gritty. Here you can really customize your controller sensitivities, button layout to your liking. You can basically set up your game to your preferred way to play. So, but there are a couple things that you really want to emphasize on. First and foremost, that being your aiming sensitivity. I'm going to maximize this so make sure you guys get a full
Artlist.io.
full load. All right, there we go. So as you can see here, we have aiming sensitivity. So here's really where you really want to adjust this slider to your liking. You can go back and forth to the shooting range and slide this slider accordingly. You kind of want to start with it a little higher, maybe go for around 10, 11, 12, something like that. Then slide it down to your liking, to where you feel comfortable with. This really will help you control your shots and make your aim more consistent and more steady, and give you a more one-to-one feel with your controller. Secondly, this is one of the newer ones that most people, so input dead zone. So input dead zone, what this does,
Music licensing reimagined.
it adjusts the amount of pressure you have to put in on your analog sticks before it's detected, right? So for movement, You want to have this set to 0 for your left analog stick is what I like. It gives you almost instantaneous reaction. So whenever you're pushing a button on your control, you can see it's instantaneous reaction on screen. So you never have any amount of input lag. So as soon as you go to hit that analog, you're getting a reaction. You'll be able to move, avoid gunfight, so on and so forth. So this is one of the better options that you want to use in order to adjust your movement speed. You can also adjust your aim with the right stick analog, which, you know, this is, be careful with this one, because here you will start to get some stick drift. If you already have stick drift on your control, maybe you haven't noticed it, but if you start to lower this setting right here with the input dead zone, you will start to get stick drift. And if you do start to get stick drift, you want to go ahead and slide that on back up to where you feel comfortable, to where the stick drift is no longer prevalent. Then things will even themselves out. All right. So in closing, once you use all of the settings and everything I've discussed with you guys here today, you will definitely improve your overall kill death ratio, your connection speeds. You also get a little bit more feedback where you'll feel your control will feel a lot more intuitive when you're playing. So like I said, go back through this video, put all these things together, and you're guaranteed to increase, like I said, your kill death ratio, your internet speeds, and your all-around game experience. But that's it for me for today, guys. Tune in for the next video. Until then, I'm out.